Till we get the sound sorted?
Yeah.
Directly to the,
Okay.
we're good?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
Are people watching? Did they tune in to see this?
Oh, I think.
Okay. Thanks for joining us this evening. Four Pines Quilting. A little bit of a rough start. We had some audio issues, as was apparent from my. I don't know why that would have been apparent. But anyway, we had audio issues. But we're here and there's noise. So thanks for watching. Welcome to another episode of. What did we call this? Shenanigans?
Yes.
Becky and Brent.
Becky and Brent Shenanigans, which is appropriately named because tonight is St. Patrick's Day, and Shenanigans, I believe, is some origin in. It has to, with like Shenanigans. It's got to be Irish, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah, and if it's not, we just made it Irish.
Yeah.
But are we allowed? Is that cultural appropriation?
Probably not.
I can't talk about things like that. Anyway. So, thanks for tuning in. This is Four Pines Quilting, Shenanigans with Brent and Becky. I'm going to open it up with some shop news, because we know you all tune in for shop news. Ooh! Not a whole lot of excitement this week. I mean, there is some excitement, but we'll get to that in a minute. But first, we have to get into what is new in the shop. Last week, we showed you the Kimberbell Red, White, and Bloom kit. The Red, White, and Bloom kit, we were still waiting on the patterns and embellishments. As luck would have it, we have now the pattern.
Ooh.
The pattern. See, that's what you're going to
Ooh.
make. Ooh. And the embellishments.
Ooh.
And if you're tuning in, we actually are ahead of the game tonight. These are on our website, available for purchase at this very moment for $174.95. And because it's over $100, that means it's going to ship for free. So if you are interested in doing the Kimberbell Red, White, and Bloom kit, check it out, fourpinesquilting.com. It's in there. It's $174.95, and it'll ship for free because it's over $100. And that's actually a pretty good deal because I was pricing it out. Everyone's like getting like $200 for it. I'm like, no, we're going to do it cheaper. Yeah, it came out, when I did the math, it came out a little less expensive. So there you are. I think we have 4 of them listed on the site available because we do have a list of people that wanted it. So you might be one of those if you're a regular coming through here. So just give us a call. We probably have you on the list. If not, we'll get you one. But like I said, if you don't, order it up. We have that. The other big news. Now this stuff came in. I'm looking at Becky's face over there. She's not excited about this.
I saw those frogs and I said, what was he thinking?
And so the story of the frogs, as you can see here, the frogs. See how wonderful the frogs are?
Eh.
Look at that red one.
Eh. Are they poison frogs?
I have no idea.
I think that red one.
So I was sitting with a fabric rep, and this fabric came up, and my other child was with me and said, "We need to get those for Eddie." For all of you that don't know,
That's a lot of frogs for Eddie.
Eddie can be found on Spotify under Frogs with a PH.
Oh no! Oh no!
So
Ed.
we had
Oh,
to
no.
get him. We had to get him some frog fabric, though we don't spell it with a PH. But if you go onto Spotify and look up Frog with PH, he's got 2 albums. The is it 3 now? The second one's actually pretty good. I got to give him credit. The second one I like.
What's
First
the first
one?
one like?
First one, not bad. The third one, a little bit more experimental. I understand what he's trying to do, just not my thing. The second one, what is the one? Eddie, is that one on top? Okay, I don't know what's up. But it's good. It's got some good stuff in there, a couple bangers. I really like it. Highly recommended. And you see he's on Spotify, so if you listen to it, he gets like 1/10 of a cent. So if you listen to it like 10 times, he gets a penny.
Wow.
And that means he is a professional musician because in the last year he has made $1.84 on his music. So that's our producer. Yeah. And other news. Here's the big announcement. This is a ginormous. This announcement is so big that I was given. Oh, I'm off screen. I was given this hat to wear. How many people are watching this right now? Like 3?
5.
5.
5. Everybody else is missing out, man.
They're about to, because you see I'm putting the hat on for this.
Danny and I are too.
Ah, the thing just broke. So we're putting the hat on for this, and we have the party horn.
Can you,
Can I get behind?
What's
Can
that?
I get behind the counter?
Oh, I'm gonna get behind the counter? Okay, we're gonna make this big.
I can't blow.
I knew that was coming. So, the exciting announcement. Now, see, I almost feel like this is like you're announcing like you're having a baby, but it's too early and you're gonna get in trouble. I haven't signed the paperwork
Are
yet.
you having a baby?
No, but that's what it feels like. Because you know how if you do it, and they're like, "Oh, what about the baby?" And then the baby dies. And
I'm gonna have a premature blowout.
Hurry up, she's excited.
anyway,
I can't
March,
stand it.
April 1st, we're going to begin moving
What?
our store.
What?
We're
What?
moving. We're moving. So, so yes, yes, we are moving next door. The old vacuum cleaner place.
I get a dud.
We're actually gonna move next door. The vacuum cleaner place. So it's not like it'd be hard to
Those
find.
are blue,
We're
that
just gonna
was
be next
fine.
door. But it does give us a little bit more space for a better studio and a better classroom. It's gonna be very exciting. As you can see,
Okay, the
Becky's-
most exciting
Becky's
part.
excited about
The
it.
most exciting part is Brent is going to have his own machine shop area.
Yes.
He's not going to be using this multi-purpose room for
Becky's space.
throwing quilts on it, fixing machines, his long arms, his machine shop. He's going to have his own space.
See,
And we're going to lock him in it. Ooh.
so now I see. Now I understand why Becky's all excited because she's gonna get the table for herself.
Well, no, this will be, but we're going to have a real classroom.
Yes,
That is a classroom.
Yes, it's
not
enough.
a multi-purpose
Yes,
room.
it's going to be a real classroom, and we should be set up to do virtual classes a lot better.
And we're
we're-
going to have a studio.
Yes,
So that you won't have to spend an hour before the show setting up,
an hour.
an hour after the show
it's a-
taken down.
Yes, it's very exciting.
And we can film even when the shop is open
Yes.
because we have our own studio.
Yes.
I think she's more excited than you are.
Oh, I'm very excited. I feel
Well,
like we're moving on up.
Yeah, because you do realize this is the third store that we've moved into. Because there was Crescent Street. No, wait, no, there was first my sister's basement, then my living room,
So-
then Crescent Street,
Yeah.
And then Crescent
then
Street
Crescent
again.
Street again,
Oh,
and then Summer Street,
oh my.
then here.
Oh my.
So it'll be the sixth move.
But it's just next door.
I'm getting really good at it though, and it's just next door.
It's just next door. And more good news. They're building a bigger liquor store in the same plaza.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa!
So a bigger liquor store and a better
Bigger liquor
classroom.
store. Yeah, right down
And
the
as when we're
sidewalk.
talking about that, we do have the Kimberbell event coming up on April 11th. Our anticipation is we did have the attendance capped because we had a limited space here. But in light of the new announcement, we should have more space available. So we're hoping to be able to add some more people. Keep a head out. I'm not going to have a firm number on that probably till next week.
Yeah, we got
um,
to see what it
What it
how
looks like. Yeah,
fits.
we still have virtual seats available, and then next week we may open it up for more in-store seats. I just have to double check space and make sure that's because I don't want to go all out and try and pack 20 people
No, we
in.
still
we're
have to have
six.
room to work.
Yeah. Yes. So yes, that's all I have for shop news, which
Oh,
is very
that's
exciting.
fantastic.
Yay!
Have a cupcake. Have a cupcake with confetti in it.
High in fiber.
Yeah.
Fine.
So if you're in the shop tomorrow and
We'll have
Brent,
cupcakes.
and Brent hasn't eaten all the cupcakes
It's not
by
gonna happen.
then then there will be cupcakes tomorrow. That's so exciting! That's so exciting! I'm so excited. Oh, okay. Can we move these though?
Mm-hmm.
Now don't eat them all. I'll save a few.
I'm not gonna eat them all. I had one. I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see.
I mean, you've seen.
Oh, that was too much fun. Wasn't that fun? That was fun. Okay, so now I have to do a quiz, which, gosh, I wish I had more of those poppets. I really like those poppets. I feel bad who has to clean up Actually, doesn't look much different than when you're in here.
I was
Brent.
gonna say it's not.
And this is actually more colorful.
Yeah.
So, quiz time! Woohoo!
We're gonna be picking this up for the next month.
Well, we're moving. We
Yeah,
can just
that's
leave it. I hope y'all having a great St. Patty's Day. I am, and yes, I have a lot of Irish in me. If you didn't know, I do.
Why did you say that, Becky? I'm thinking leprechaun in you.
I have a lot of leprechaun in me.
Is your husband Irish?
No, it's from my side of the family. My grandparents were McQuades.
Quades.
Yeah. So very Irish indeed. Okay, so quiz rules, 3 questions. We will do our best to get someone who knows all 3 answers based on last week's show. The winner with all 3 answers correct gets a $10 gift certificate that they can spend any way they want here at Four Pines Quilting. Right, Brent?
Yep.
Any way you want.
That is correct.
Which is cool. Like even for that red and blue, blah, blah. Yeah. The
Red, white,
Kimberbell
blue,
kit.
Red, white, and blue.
Red,
Is
white,
that
and
what- is that what
blue.
you guys-
Yeah,
blue,
blue. Yeah,
Yep.
it's St. Patrick's Day. And I'm in my green beer, yeah. If I were in Aruba right now, we would all be having green beer.
They
But I'm
celebrate
not.
St. Patrick's Day in Aruba?
Well, yes, the tourists do.
Oh,
We even decorate our chairs.
okay.
But then again, we're not there this year. Next year I'll decorate my chair. Okay, so here comes the quizzes. Ready? First question. We're going for all 3, guys. First question. Who helped me sew bindings on last week?
I know.
And I really wasn't impressed. Just giving you a hint. But who helped me
Wow.
sew last
You
week?
throwing some shade there?
That's number 1. Number 2, I gave you a turbo tip about Floriani metallic thread. I said if you're having trouble with your thread, don't put it sideways, stand it up. If you're still having trouble with it standing up, I told you to do what to it? Number 2, what did I recommend you do with Floriani metallic thread so that it wouldn't break as often? And number 3, which method do I prefer to apply binding? Pins, clips, wonder clips, or glue? Which method does Becky prefer for applying my binding? Pins, clips, or glue? Do I think everybody's out drinking green beer today?
I'm gonna tell you something, and you're gonna be really mad at me.
We're not even on.
No, we're on.
Oh.
Brent, upside down, glue.
Brent? Yeah, Brent's upside down. Glue.
Glue.
Yay, Deb! Woo! I'm like, thank gosh Danny's here to keep me up, straightened up. Yeah, woo! I blow too, but mine is broken.
So that means when Dad comes in, she can save $10 on her red, white, and bloom kit.
She can.
And
She's
did
a
her
winner.
last- She did her last one.
Yay, Deb! I'm so happy for you.
So,
Good. All right. Well, tonight we have something not quite so stressful for Becky anyway. I'm just cleaning some space off. Knocking it on the floor.
I'll get my manservant to take care of it.
I knew about this stuff beforehand, but I was reminded of it by Tracy Lacombe, which she posted on our Four Pines community board, what she had been up to. I think it was 2 weekends ago. So Tracy, thank you for the tip I'm going to use tonight. That means you get a $10 gift card. Woo!
Now let me tell you,
See, I need these blowers every week.
you should. Now see,
Only
Tracy.
want to work
I have
better.
to, Tracy came in once with a quilt.
Yeah.
And you ever see those like postage stamp quilts where they like quilt them together and have like a little thing on it?
Yeah.
It was, I believe the quilt was 112 or 112 by 124.
Wow, that's a big
Yes.
quilt.
And it was, I think they started out at 2 inches or
Yeah.
1.5.
So she has to stay organized.
And she sewed them all together. Think of how many, that's like 1,000 squares.
Well,
It
we're
was
going to be doing that with
crazy.
triangles, with nebula.
Anyway, it was a beautiful quilt. I thought it was really cool. It was like dragons. It was pretty cool.
Very cool.
So anyway, that's my Tracy story.
So I want to talk to you about project boards in general, because unlike Tracy, I went and bought one. I should have brought that in as a purchase fail. It's not a gadget fail, but I actually paid for a project board from Riley Blake, and all it is this poster board that you get with a foam core in it, and a piece of batting on it.
Yeah.
And then they take binding,
Yeah.
fabric binding, and they apply it all around the edge to make it pretty. And in fact, Tracy had done that to hers. So she sent me to the Lori Holt has a video on YouTube that maybe we can link to.
And Lori Holt's designs for Riley Blake. So,
So Lori
that's
Holt
probably.
has a video where she shows how to make these. What she does is she takes these either jelly roll strips or, binding strips or whatever, these 2.5-inch strips. And what she does is she folds them in half and then irons them. Yeah, can you see that? I'm going to show you one completed because all I do is have to do one strip. And I said, heck no, there's got to be a better way. And then she folds these back into the center like this. See, look familiar? Like the old-fashioned binding.
Yeah.
And then she takes it to the sewing machine and she runs the zigzag stitch down the middle of this strip. So when you're done, it looks like this. I have a strip that's been folded into itself and it's got a zigzag strip on it like this. Isn't that nice? Now keep in mind that you got to make enough to go all the way around whatever size board you're deciding to make. So you also have to join strips and Well, I have had enough of binding for a little while.
You
So
had
I'm
3
like,
weeks of it. So
This
it was
looks too
exciting.
much like binding. But what they do is they take this, in case you want to make it this way, you can. They take a glue gun. And by the way, I love glue, but I don't like hot melt glue.
Gorilla glue. Gorilla.
It's messy, it's stringy, and it hurts. So this is...
If you don't get it all over you.
Well, I do, Brenda. So what they do is they take the edge of their board, that's like this, and they put a bead of hot melt glue along this edge, and then she takes the middle where she zigzagged it, and she places that on the middle of that edge, like that, and goes around the corners and does the whole board like this. Okay, which is nice, but as you can see, I would need more than one more strip. And then after that's glued on,
This is really starting to look like work.
she puts a bead of glue on the face and folds it over and makes nice little, that's why it cost me $20 to buy one. Makes nice little mitered corners here. And then she turns it over, runs a little bead of glue on the back, and makes nice little mitered corners on the back, which makes for a very pretty board. Oh, and I forgot you put the batting on before you glue your binding down. I went.
Otherwise, you just have a board with
You
a
have a
pretty
board with pretty binding. Yeah, you need to put this is a good way to use up binding scraps, by the way.
Batting straps?
Yeah. Yes, batting scraps. Okay. So, yeah, maybe you should. You know what? I wonder if I can use this as a mask. Would this qualify?
Yeah, it'd be like that. That'd be like a plague mask.
CDC compliant?
I believe so. Because not only is it a plague, it's a rainbow plague mask.
Okay, anyway. Woo, enough of that. Okay, so what I said is, that's an awful lot of work. No wonder it cost $20. They got somebody in the back room doing all this work. And Danny actually got busy and made some, and I was very proud of her, and she did it with pretty fabric. And I said, no, there's got to be a better way. So I said to myself, I don't know why, but I have lots of beautiful duct tape.
Did you get that duct tape in Aruba?
No, you know, I won
It
this
look-
duct
it
tape
looks
at
like-
a golf tournament. I think it was for worst score. And I don't know if duct tape was for my mouth or what, but I got like 10 million rolls of pretty duct tape. Not 10 million, but 10 though. And I thought, why can't I just cover my boards with duct tape? So I tried it. And I did.
Look at that.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Is it? It does. And this size, I want to show you why I like this. I'll show you where I got in trouble, even though I said be careful, don't do this. Guess who went home and did it? If I had used my board to lay out my nebula block when I was talking to you about how important stripes were, see, you put your block down and you go, oh. See, you can lay out all your pieces. That's why I needed this size. You can lay out all your pieces, get organized. You can even stack your boards up. Because that's why don't put it on both sides. Don't put batting on both sides. This allows you to stack your boards up and even transport your stuff on the board as you're piecing it. See, look. Is that cool? It works really well for that. I thought I had a mistake in this one.
I thought so too, but maybe not.
Oh, you know why? Because I put it on like this and I thought I had a mistake. See, look. See that?
But that's
If I just sewed this right now,
it'd be wrong
yeah,
because that equilateral triangle is not so equal.
it's because its stripes are going in the wrong direction. And there's a lot of them on Facebook with that.
That-
I went home
Oh, and you went on Facebook and like shaming people?
and I did it.
You did it? Well, it's easy to fix.
I don't care.
Oh, well, I do.
I think you
And
should fix it, then go on Facebook and shame everybody else. I did it right.
see how important this is? Look at my
I am
design now.
Better than you. My stripe is going the right way.
Isn't that great?
I gotta look at mine.
See, now everyone's gonna. So why are these? And I've got different sizes. Okay. By the way, this size, the Kimberbell pillows. Instead of putting everything in little baggies, you stack their blocks up on here, and use the Kimberbell tape, which I forgot. You can write on the Kimberbell tape, so you can put your Kimberbell tape right on the block, and it'll say what the pieces, all your pieces. Just put your pieces on here. Say what the pieces are for. Firehouse, welcome sign, whatever. Stack them up. Boom, 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 boom. You're good to go. This is good. This is a 12-inch square, so if you're doing like an 8-inch or a 10-inch or a 9-inch or whatever, you can lay your pieces out on this one too. So these have become my favorite sizes. But you can make any size you want, and we're going to show you how. Here's the beauty of them, though. Seriously, I'm going to use Nebula as an example because this is when I really said, okay, I need to lay these blocks out. This is driving me nuts. Now, I've got 6 this size, so I can lay out many blocks. But you can see when you get all your pieces to a block like this, before you even start looking at how you're sewing it together, you can look at the picture, which, by the way, there is a mistake in month 4. I should point out the directions do not match the picture when you go to sew it together. They do not. There is a mistake in the written part of the directions. I
So-
recommend you.
That's like a trap to catch men because you know they're just looking at the pictures.
Well, the picture's right. The picture matches the finished quilt. Not to say it's wrong if you follow the written instructions, but it isn't going to look like this. And I don't know how it lays into the big quilt. But regardless, I can just take my pieces and I can start laying. Well, I could if I sorted them correctly. But the beauty of this board is you can literally start. I'm not going to bore you with all the pieces. But you can actually start laying out.
Never mind.
What? What am I doing?
We were trying to see if we get the overhead view of your layout,
Oh, well,
but then your head was in the way.
okay, you know what I can do? Because I have a design board.
Oh, see.
I can hold my board up. By the way, in the studio, I would love a big design board, right, Brent?
Easy enough to do.
Jeez, listen to her.
Like the whole big wall, right?
Instead of the green
Okay.
screen or
No, both.
So green.
Green.
Padding.
Well, we'll put green padding. Yeah.
No,
She wants a
no.
chalkboard
The design boards
instead of
need to be
blackboard.
but design boards need to be white so you can really do your color adjusting. But you can see how easy it is to just I don't have the right stuff here. But you can see how I can just put my little pieces on my design board. This is not the right pattern, right configuration because I don't want her mad at me. But pretend it is. See, and they stay right there. And then when you get to the directions and you start sewing, she'll say, sew this, sew this, sew this. Sew it and put it right back where it came from. And that's the beauty of a design board. Hey, that's a pretty cool pattern I made right there. You could look at that's a whole new quilt. No, I need a different hexie for there. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but once you put your 1/4" seams in there, won't it change the dimensions of things?
Yeah, well, after they're attached and they go together.
I don't know. I'm just saying, if you're laying out the quilt, you got to take that into account.
No, you don't. They're all notched
Okay, fine,
appropriately.
fine.
No, you just lay them out
Fine,
like
all right.
this. This is
They're all
to-
notched appropriately because you cut them on your Cricut?
Yeah, actually, that's true. So anyway, the beauty of a design board, one for organization, two, so you don't mess up like I did. Well, I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. I just needed to turn it around. So, beautiful ability to help organize. But I wouldn't want to go pay $20 a board. I got one. And then I said, that's enough. So,
Now, where do you get this foam board at?
well, the cheapest place I found it comes into like an 18 by 20, which this piece is a little bit bigger than that because I couldn't get I used mine all up and forgot to save a piece for the show. So I had to run out and get a different piece that costs more money. Don't do it. Michael's is and probably Hobby Lobby. I don't know what Hobby Lobby's price is, but Michael's with a coupon. I think it's $2.99 without your coupon.
I think the dollar store has it.
At the dollar store. Danny says go to the dollar store on Sunday. She'll show you where to find the foam core board.
I'm thinking just because I like Home Depot, get 1-inch foam insulation, then you can stick pins into it pretty readily.
1 inch,
Yeah, the 1/2 inch or 1 inch.
half inch,
But
or
1
1
inch-
inch.
1
Well,
inch.
if you
Because
can
if you go-
cut it, cutting it, you have to be able to cut it nicely.
Yeah, you can, but I'm just saying because then you can stick pins into it really nicely too.
Right, that's true. On the other side,
I don't know. It's just a thought I was having.
I don't need to stick pins in
And plus,
mine,
I get to
but
go to Home
let me
Depot.
show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna show you what to do. I know what my sizes are that I like. You can make them any size you want. What I did is I measured out an 18 by 20. I could just cut the whole big thing, but I like to stack them. So it's important to me that I have the same sizes so they stack tidy.
They better all be even.
They're square.
That's-
They're even enough.
That's why I'm not cutting them.
Where's my trusty? Okay.
Enough means
So
perfect.
so this one is 18 by 20. These two I got because this was a bigger board. I could get two 12 by 12s out of it. So these are 12 by 12s. These right now are scraps. If you get the regular boards from Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Dollar Store, Danny thinks has them, then you can get these three out of one board with no waste at all. Which is the winner chicken dinner for me.
Here, you wanna
I'm
put
not
it
going to really cut through this mat.
up? Do you want this?
No.
Okay.
I'm not going to go all the way through. I'm going to show them. Don't go all the way through.
Okay. Well, she was making me nervous because
I know. You
because
didn't
an
want me
utility-
to do this
An
on.
utility blade on a self-healing mat won't
I'm not.
and will.
I'm not going all the way down to the mat. See what I'm doing?
You're just scoring it.
Very lightly. Very lightly.
Yes.
See that?
Yes.
I have not touched your mat.
That's fine.
There's no need to.
I was getting nervous.
Yeah, we don't want to. That takes. I told you I have kitten wrists. I couldn't get through it if I wanted to. Then you
But
crack it.
if you're watching from home, don't cutting with an utility blade on a self-healing mat may not end well.
Well, I cut on mine all the time.
Does it gouge it?
No, because I don't go through.
I know, but what I'm saying is, if you were to go through,
Okay, so this
it's
is
not
how
like
I.
it's not like a rotary cutter where it rolls. It just gouges
Do
it.
we have to separate you two?
No.
We're gonna line this up. We're gonna line this up so that I get it nice and straight, exactly where I want to cut it. Boom. Send that down. I'm not going all the way through, Brent. I'm just cutting the
Alright,
paper.
okay, that's fine.
I snapped the core. Remember, I snapped the core, and now I'm just like, yeah, I cut all the paper. Yep. But nothing on your board. And you would notice anyway on this board. Okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You would, because it makes a much worse gouge on it.
Now I'm
That's
going
all
to cut
saying.
this because I'm going to show you how I make my beautiful 18 by 20s. Because
I'm turning that old man, like, you know, when my dad would yell at us for not putting
you know
tools
another
back.
reason I like 18 by 20s is because even if I'm making like a 12-inch block, I can use the extra space to put, you know, squares of fabric.
And fun fact, 18 by 20 is also the size of a back quarter.
Oh, wait, that's true. Is it?
Well, 18 by 22.
Exactly.
18
Yeah,
by
20.
20.
Well,
But most patterns count at 18 by 20 because that 22, that extra 2 inches is maybe there, maybe not.
okay, so see, you will need an X-Acto knife. Don't use your rotary blade for this part of it. It's a little, well, you can, but you're going to ruin the blade. So I like
And
the X-Acto knife.
You'd want to you start with a sharp blade too because a dull blade will just squish it.
Yes, you want a sharp blade. That's true. Now, if that had a sticker on it, like if I was cutting this piece up and I had a sticker, I would put this on the back because I don't want it to like show through on my fabric and irritate me. So I inspect. Is there a bad side or a good side? No, this one looks pretty equal, right? Batting. Here's how I cut the batting. Because I don't want to be measuring and measuring and measuring. This is supposed to be like bada bing, bada bing. Get it done and move on. So you put your batting down. You put your board on your batting. Like so.
Any specific batting? Cotton batting? Cotton poly blend batting?
Yeah. This is a cotton poly.
Yeah.
That works fine.
It looks like an 80-20 blend.
This is
that's what I was asking.
Orient Dream.
So that's bamboo.
Yeah. So, I mean,
So it's not a big.
just don't use that polyester
Yeah. So you
stuff.
want like a low loft batting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Just asking for our viewers at home.
Right.
We have what, 6 people watching?
Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rough cut this. Where's
4.
They're all celebrating St. Patrick's
Well, the
Day.
sun's out. Nobody's gonna
I
watch
know
this.
that we're going to have a problem with the 6 o'clock once the weather gets nice.
Well, they can watch it tomorrow.
Well, you know.
So you just eyeballing that off the edge?
Yeah,
there?
I'm just rough cutting it right now. Just rough cutting it. I'm not getting picky right now. I don't want to be picky. It's a piece of scrap batting. Okay? Boom. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my board, and you know I like to play with glue. And I've tried 2 different ones. The big thing is I want it repositional. So these are 2 repositional spray glues. We're not going to use a lot. But this allows us to get the batting nice with no wrinkles and, you know, you don't want to iron it, anything like that. So pick a repositional spray glue you like. You probably could even use the 505. But in my craft repertoire, I had all this stuff. Isn't that sad?
I mean, it's Elmer. So
Why am I always shaking in here?
Whatever happened to that shake weight thing? Do you remember the shake weight from a couple years ago? That you just watched the commercials and you knew just something.
Okay, so here we
wrong
go.
with it?
I just go, just a little, because I'm not a big spray girl.
But you're a big shake girl.
I love shakes. Okay, whew, stinky rama. Now I'm going to take my batting and I'm going to put it on top of, well, first I got to get rid of the junk on it.
Because somebody had to have their poppers with their confetti.
And I'm just going to smooth it down. See how it gets nice and perfect?
Making this look so easy.
I know, well it is, isn't that pretty? Now, if you wanted to be done, you could be done. You actually could just say, I'm going to trim the extra batting off. I glued it first because when I went like this, there were some wrinkles, right? So I didn't want to trim it exact. But now I do, because now I know it is now stuck to my board. So now I'm just going to take this is a 45 millimeters, probably the smallest you can use because of the thickness of this foam. You would probably, if you went up a notch,
60 millimeter.
yeah, it would be, but I don't have one, so this one does work. You just glide it right along. I love that part. Glide. Look how easy this is. And you see how fast I can whip these out? I mean, I'm gabbing all the way through.
I know. I mean, imagine if you had
If you knew you wanted 6 of these, you'd go like.
a little sweatshop full of leprechauns, $20 a whack. You'd be a millionaire.
Well, some people would. Some people I paid for one, and it was only 12 by 12. It wasn't even this size. So there. Now, if you want to say you're done, okay, but this isn't going to last forever because this is repositional glue. And the reason I use repositional is if I had made a mistake and I had a little kink somewhere, I still got time to pick it up and fix it.
And that would probably be the
You know?
benefit of using an 80-20 blend, because a straight cotton blend without scrim would probably stretch and pull.
Stretch too much?
Yeah, an
Okay.
80-20 blend would probably be much easier to manhandle.
Now comes the duct tape trick. This is hard to pull off. What I did, oh no, I forgot a step. Because you know Becky is like a little OCDC.
Which I can't believe that the way you just put that tape back on that roll.
I'm going to take it off in
I'm
a
not
second.
OCD, and that's driving me nuts.
Okay, well, this will really drive you nuts. Okay. I want my edges to be just so.
No, you're not going to. Are
So, I mean, some people will just guesstimate, but on my big boards, I like 3/4 of an inch. So I have a friction pen here, which means it can be removed with heat, but you're not going to see it when I'm done. I'm actually measuring over 3/4 of an inch.
you? Also, as a tidbit, friction pens, do not use them on dark fabric,
Why?
because
I actually bought a white one.
the friction, the pentite ones, if you use them on dark fabric.
No, Clovers. I'm trying
Oh,
some
Clover.
Clover
Okay, I'm talking
ones.
the original ones that you were buying at Staples
Okay.
and get removable.
Oh, yeah, no.
They were
this-
actually
like
friction.
this one is a Clover one.
Friction with the X in it.
Yeah.
If you were to use that on dark fabric, though, it would actually bleach the fabric where the pen was at, whatever they were using in it.
See, Clover just came out with a pat. Well, I don't know if it just came out, but I saw it and I had a coupon. And you know me with my gadgets.
Oh, now I want to try this out.
So, they come in all different colors. There's like 6 different colors. So depending on your fabric color, you just pick a different color pen. So this is the first one I'm trying. So far, so good.
Well, I'd be like to try it on because it.
I want
it
to
doesn't
scribble
dis-
on a bunch of fabric
And it
see how
disappears with
works.
heat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, try it on some dark fabric and see if it.
Okay.
Because the big ones
right.
would actually leave a mark. That's kind of weird.
Okay, I did screw this up, Becky.
Now, why is it called duct tape?
Because it's made out of the feet of the things that quack.
Well, there's a controversy here. You know that, right?
No.
Some people say it's called duct tape because it was used cotton duck originally. Others will argue it's called duct tape because it was originally used to tape up ductwork.
Oh, it was used. It still is, actually.
Yes.
Okay.
So some people say that's why it's duct tape.
So just so you know, this takes longer because of Brent, okay? At home, it would not
I'm
take
just
this long.
saying.
I am now applying it with an overhang. And I'll show you why. But all I'm is sticking this little stuff, about a 1/2 inch overhang. Notice I'm not being really, but look, on my line, tipping it up, pressing it down, coming along, coming along, coming along. Here's where I want my overhang. Like this. Press, press, press. Push this down. You see that? I'm pushing this down. These little ears are coming off. But this piece I want down.
You
It's
left your dog ears on there?
No, they're gone. We're cutting them off now. Goodbye. They're just going to be in the way.
Oh, I just know how you feel about dog ears.
I know, I hate them. Do opposite sides, okay? So I'm going to do the opposite side of this one. I do the long ones first, but obviously if it's a square, they're all the same. See that repositional sticking up a little. So now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to overlap a 1/2 inch. And if you really want to get, like if you want your flamingos to all go the same way. Oh, they go both ways. Okay, good. We don't have to worry about it. With the palm trees, they only go one way. So I had to actually make sure my palm trees went the right way. Or
So,
not.
but then that would mean the board might be upside down when you put stuff on it.
Well, I know, but
Did you put it on a square board?
Well, I did.
Oh, that must drive you insane.
What did I bring? Oh, I didn't bring my palm tree one, probably because it drove me insane.
You don't know which end is up, and you got to sit there. You're spending more time making sure the board's
Okay,
right
so
side up
I'm
and
just
actually-
taping this on, peeps. Flip this little guy down, dog ear it. Go on this side, flip it down, dog ear it. Look how cool that is. Then we're going to cut it off. Cut the little ears off. We don't need them. They're just going to get in our way.
Can you get fancy tape at Dollar Tree, Jenny?
I have not looked. I will have to look.
You can get fancy tape. And you don't need fancy tape. I happen to have fancy tape.
I just think it looks way better than
All
Gorilla
right.
Tape.
Now, these are the two long ones. And look how I have, these little edges are covered now, right? Because I did that little hang. That comes into play now. Ooh, if I don't have enough flamingos, this is really going to be distraught. Because I'll have to mix and match, and I don't do well with that.
Well, you could do those two ones different, so at least you have matching sides.
I think I got it. Oh, man, I don't know. This is going to kill me. This time, I'm not going to overlap it. This time, I'm going just to the edge. Going just to the edge, chopping it off. Now when I fold this one over, I don't have to worry about the end because see, it's already covered from the little one I folded down.
Nice.
See? See?
That's so
See?
professional.
Is it, on that side I didn't do as well, but that's okay. It's still good. And then let's see. Any bets on whether I have enough?
I don't know. You're fighting with that.
I would say no.
Well, oh, Becky, this is really going to bother you.
Give that board away. Leave it here. Brent can use it.
All right.
No, save it for 20 years, and when you're famous, we can.
I'm going to go find some more flamingo
And
and
you can-
cup and cover
you
this
can-
piece. That's what I'm going to
You
do.
can eBay it, you know, from the original episode,
Leave it here for your next.
and it'll show up on Pawn Stars like
Well, at
20 years
least
from
this
now.
coordinates. Maybe I'll just do like you said.
And
do
it'll,
that
it'll
side
show up on
over.
Pawn Stars 20 years from now, and they'll be like, what's the provenance of this design board?
Hey, so this board is going to cost me, I don't know, less than $2.
Well, if I was Big Rick, you know, what do you think it's worth? You know, we'll have to negotiate.
$20. It's worth $20, according to Riley Blake. And there it is.
Very nice.
That was.
It's a lot
I
better.
like the pink on top.
Yeah.
Well, or bottom.
Yeah, but I
Or
like
side.
I like that. No,
But
I like,
here, really, guys, let's say you're going to, you're bringing your blocks in to class or a retreat. I hate it. My sister just returned a quilt to me that I didn't finish, and I had it all organized, and she returned it a mess. I have to sit there and figure out all the pieces again. But this time I'm going to use my boards. And once I figure out, I think I have 10 more blocks to put together. After I have all my boards, I'm just going to lay one block, stack them right on top. Lay the next block, stack it on top. And then you can use either a huge rubber band or a scrap of fabric, guys, to tie it up. The scrap isn't quite big enough. So when you go off to quilt retreat, this won't fit in that, but the 12 by 12 will.
the 12 by 12.
When you go off to quilt retreat or you're coming into a class, your pieces are all organized on your boards. How many times have you had to tell? Okay, the baby quilt, calling it out, the baby quilt with the panel that's got the half square triangles and the quarter. Yeah, if you don't look at those directions carefully, you will end up putting your triangles on the wrong way. And then you think you got it. You think you got it. You go to your machine. You think you got it. You sew. Then you go to press it and you went, oh, I was supposed to sew that edge, not that edge. It's not the way our brain wanted to go. Put them on a project board. Lay them out on your project board. Take the board to your sewing machine and just flip and sew. Flip and sew. No more those, oh, why did I do all those wrong? And that's why I love project boards.
That's a neat idea. That really is.
Thank you.
So is that a turbo tip for the night?
It's both.
It's everything.
It's everything all in one.
Okay, it's our St. Patrick's Day special.
Yeah. And it's all thanks to Tracy sending me down my rabbit hole again, thinking, how can I do the boards and do them a little bit better? In my opinion, easier, faster, and inexpensive.
And if you use gorilla tape, it would be way more manly.
You can get this stuff I got some camo. You get, it looks like steel
Yeah, but you
plates.
can't say you did it with Gorilla Tape. If you put Gorilla in the name of anything, and it makes it awesome.
Okay. Well, you can get whatever you want. There's a ton of stuff out there. It's not expensive, and the boards are cheap. And
Flex Steel? Would Flex Steel work?
that's too expensive for this. You don't need
Okay.
Flex Seal. No,
Okay,
you
Flex
don't
Seal.
need Flex Seal. No. So anyway, that's it. That's what I got.
All right. So I guess
Well, I didn't go over tonight, but I guess I didn't. I didn't think I could do my other stuff, and I can.
Am I taking us out?
You're taking us out unless
Okay.
anybody has any big questions
Okay.
about our boards. Hey, Ron! Did you see my board?
Ronnie made it! Yay! for
She
Ronnie.
missed the celebration, though.
Yeah. Well,
That's all
I
right.
told her to rewatch it.
Oh, did you link Lori Holt's video? Good, good. Yeah, she's the original idea.
The original. Okay. Thank you for joining us again for an evening of shenanigans with Brent and Becky.
And truly it was.
It truly was, yes. So thanks for watching. And